The Spice Girls famously sang about making it last forever, and it seems as if Victoria Beckham has those exact plans for the money she's earned performing in the iconic girl group. There's no doubt that the 51-year-old and her husband David, who you might have heard of, are celebrity royalty. After pairing up during the former footballer's time at Manchester United, they've gone on to have 3 kids together and have seemingly only expanded their riches after leaving their respective professions, through brand deals and lawsuits with Mark Wahlberg. Although things with their son Brooklyn have been fragile after he failed to show to David's 50th birthday earlier this year, the family certainly aren't struggling to pay the bills, especially with Victoria still seemingly raking in the cash from her days as Posh Spice. Despite not performing since the 2012 London Olympics and her last recorded song with the group coming out in 2007, it seems as if the band are well and truly going to never give up on the good times, as they made a £93,000 profit last year, according to documents on Companies House. Royalties really do seem like the key to success given the staggering amount child actors have earned from TV and film appearances over the years, and the music industry is clearly no different, as Victoria takes home a 1/5 share of that £93,000, which for those of you who can't be bothered to use a calculator, is around £18,600. It's perhaps no surprise that the Spice Girls are still earning so much, given they have over 12 million fans listening monthly on Spotify, although Victoria's other work as a fashion designer means that monthly listeners probably aren't too much of a concern to Victoria. However, for those of you who are still hoping that the girls will reunite to spice up your life, then there's some good news, as rumors are still rife about the group coming back together for the 30th anniversary of their debut hit, Wannabe. I'll tell you what I want, nearly £20,000 a year without so much as singing a note. While it's been reported that Victoria is 90% not in the running to be part of the reunion, former manager Simon Fuller may have found a way around, with potential plans for holographic performers a la ABBA Voyage. A source told The Sun, he was the person who came up with the original idea for ABBA and their digital show, and he thinks this model could work perfectly for the group. They continued, even Victoria said she would be behind it if all of them had agreed. She wouldn't stop it. Simon knows this plan would mean the band would be making money in their sleep, and it would open up their music to a whole new generation. Featured image credit, Dave Hogan/Getty Images. There's a new book coming out about the Beckhams and their life together which promises to tell the rest of the story for those who loved the Netflix documentary Beckham. It's titled The House of Beckham, Money, Sex and Power, and it contains certain claims about the alleged affair between Rebecca Loos and David Beckham. The former Dutch glamour model made headlines about 20 years ago for claiming that she'd had an affair with the footballer following his move to Real Madrid. Beckham denied the whole thing, and the Netflix documentary brought events back to the front of people's minds. According to the Mirror, House of Beckham contains claims from Loos that she decided to speak about the alleged affair after seeing Beckham refuse to give a waitress a tip in a Madrid restaurant. When she was first catapulted into people's consciousness with her claims, she made a number of comments about the Beckhams, including some words for Victoria. In the end, the one demand she had for Victoria Beckham was that she didn't expect any sympathy from her whatsoever. She said, "I think it's bad enough for me to do what I have done without me expecting any words of sympathy. I really hope that they get through it. I think the problems were in their marriage long before I came into the picture. I in no way intended to break up their marriage, especially when there are young children involved. I hope they stay together." Stay together they have, as the Beckhams are still married now and don't appear to be breaking up anytime soon. Instead, they've been prodding fun at each other in the Netflix documentary which featured David ribbing Victoria for her claims that she was working class. You've probably seen it by now, the bit where he prods his nose into one of her interviews for the documentary and tells her to be honest, not leaving until she admitted that her dad had a Rolls Royce. The couple ended up taking the mick out of that self-same scene during the Super Bowl, with a recreation as part of an Uber Eats advert. Meanwhile, David occasionally likes to talk about his wife eating the same meal every day for 25 years, and that's grilled fish with steamed vegetables. Victoria has insisted that she does eat other things like avocado and nuts, basically, lots of healthy fat. LA Bible has contacted David and Victoria Beckham's representatives for comment. Featured image credit, Instagram/RebeccaLoosOfficial/Joe Mar/BFC/Getty Images. Topics: David Beckham, Victoria Beckham, celebrity. Victoria Beckham has explained the reason why she doesn't smile in a lot of her photos. She must surely be one of the most photographed people in the world, but in many snaps of the former Spice Girl, she's got a relatively serious expression on her face. And in a recent interview, Beckham opened up on the reason why she looked stern in a lot of pictures, admitting that it was because she was so uncomfortable. In more recent times, people have seen the other side of the Beckhams, due to a Netflix documentary which sparked a spot of viral fun over Victoria's claims that she was working class and David's response. As for the reason why she rarely smiled in her pictures, she explained that it was due to feeling self-conscious about acne through her 20s. Speaking to The Telegraph, Beckham explained that her feelings of self-consciousness ended up in her being careful about what she ate and what she looked like in pictures. She said, "It was because of my skin that I became very careful about what I ate. And yeah, probably I did look stern in a lot of pictures, but I was so uncomfortable. Was there a time when I used to scroll through all the comments about me? Probably. But now I just don't have the time." In fact, as far as food is concerned, she apparently only eats grilled fish, steamed vegetables, according to her husband, who claimed that she will very rarely deviate from that. He said the only time he can remember Victoria picking something off his plate was when she was pregnant with their daughter Harper. She also said that the Netflix documentary had led to an apology note being put on their car. Hoda Devane/Dave Bennett/Wire image. However, Victoria responded to David's claims that were making me sound boring, and said she actually does eat a lot of other stuff that he didn't mention, including lots of healthy fat. Fish, avocado, nuts, that sort of thing.